What is up, self-made pioneers and mountaineers? It's the kid Mike May and K Dollar Signs. Hey, so today, Bill and I will be proud.
Yeah? What are we doing today?
We are doing episode 1 of our self-made basement series.
Now, I was scared of this thing.
Look, I've been dreading this moment since we bought this place, but we decided that we're going to help you along the way as we figure out, you know, the best way to navigate this dungeon. I mean, basement.
We love science experiment.
And I like Halloween season because it's kind of creepy. I don't know if you can see the background behind me, but it's real. We promised that there were no bodies down here that we saw. So, today's experiment is about a common question. Look, we had a lot of interest in that post that I made.
Okay.
And if you don't know, find us on the social media. You can find me at MikeMay.1. You can find her everywhere that I'm at. That's the boss. That's how it works. I gotta look busy. So you can also, in the description below, you'll be able to find our channel and subscribe. Hit the notification button and the bell so that every time we post a video pertaining to this topic and others, you'll know. So today we're doing a control environment test. What we're doing is A-Bing all of these remedies. So there was a lot of comments. Mike, you gotta use bleach. Mike, you should use peroxide. Mike, you should use baking soda. Mike, you should use Listerine.
I found that out.
Okay, she found that one. That wasn't me or any of you. So we decided, look, regardless of what works the best, we have to fix this mess. So what we're going to do is A-B compare all of these options. Also, earlier today, I went ahead and I created a poll. Find it on my page, find it in our Poof Dirt Farming page, and if you're a member of that, look for our new page coming soon for the Self-Made Mountaineer. And that's us here at our new homestead in beautiful West by God, Virginia. So, back to the topic at hand. What we're going to do, here in a second you're going to see, we have labels on the floor in one of the nastiest sections of this basement, where water and decomposition has occurred of standing water. There was wood in that area. When I cleaned this out, we took wood shavings. We'll get into that in a minute. We have a couple of photos of that. We had wood shavings on the floor to absorb all the standing water and the moisture. Look, we took 8 bags of wood shavings, both the fine and the big flake, because we weren't discriminate.
Those are each 6 cubic.
Yeah, they're each responsible for covering 6 cubic foot. So we're just under 50 cubic foot of coverage down here, and we turned that into 720 plus pounds of saturated material that we took to the landfill. Listen, always wear PPE, okay? And always remember that when dealing with questionable substances like anything that looks like mold, anything that has been damp, dingy, or lack of circulation, anything standing water, wear a respirator. Now, when I get into these tests, I'll be wearing the respirator and the boss will be running the camera. Safety first. If I die, she gets my tools. So,
sign it.
Yeah. So, in this episode, we're going to run through all of the options. Be sure to complete the poll, and as we rule these options out or find out what works, you'll know, like we know, hopefully empowering you to do the thing, which is take your power back. Now look, we'll start this conversation like this. Mold remediation and basement treating is a very lucrative industry. We had estimates of like $20,000 to do this job. And we were like, hell no. So what we're gonna do is take our power back and do it ourselves.
Self-made.
Self-made mountaineer mind state. Look, what that means is we are empowering ourselves by learning. And in doing that, we hope to empower you. So stay tuned, keep it locked to the end, and watch this transformation from dungeon to dope.
Now, before we zoom into the worst area,
Yeah.
let's talk about how this house was created.
Okay.
We were hearing from our neighbor, which is the family member,
Right.
original family member. This house was built in 1900.
Right, so this house was built in 1900. If y'all can do basic math, it's 2022 outside. The house was built in 1900. That's 122 years old. Now, some
100 too.
right. So, at some point in the mid 80s, the basement we're standing in was hand dug by the family. Now, that's awesome and a true illustration of self-made. Now, over the course of time, things have happened. I'll show you photos here of expansion joints that were failed. We have elevation changes and cracks in the substrate in the concrete itself. Also in the cell walls. We have a CMU block wall perimeter here, and some of the walls have cracked. Some of the settling has led to the stair step to the side, the stair step that you see in the wall here. Now, what that means is it creates its own interesting set of challenges that we have to overcome in order to make this a finished basement. Now, when we bought the place, there were 0 photos of the basement. Most likely because there was water everywhere in here. Refer to the photos you're going to see later in the montage. Now, we are taking that information and using it to our advantage the same way you would if you were to buy a house in a damp, dark, or, I don't know, potentially moist climate. Now, Poof Dirt Farm fam, look, in the desert, first of all, we don't have basements. Second, you don't have to worry about standing moisture because there aren't seasons like that. I mean, that's not being funny, that's being real. It's hot. And in that heat, you're allowed to burn that stuff off. Now, if we had this house and we copied and pasted it to Poof Dirt Farms, I'm pretty sure the climate would change all of these environmental conditions. Now, that being said, because we are in beautiful West by God, Virginia, there's seasons, there's water, and in this northern part, we are in the north, how do you say it? Northeast of West Virginia,
which is about 1 hour south from Pittsburgh.
Right, and so in this area, we get snow, we get rain, we get power outages, which is why we're going to turn this area here into a super dope production facility, both canning, right, and prepping. We're going to have a living area down here, but before we can do any of the cool stuff, we got to do the gross stuff. So, stay tuned and watch us as we do this self-made science experiment. That's the term. Science experiment time?
Let's do it.
Hey, I'm putting the goggles on. Goggling! Okay, so here are the options for which we are basing our test. These are as follows. 100% bleach, no dilution, 100% bleach. Next to that we have our control sample where we're going to see the results in real time. We're not going to treat that area, we're going to treat everything else one cell at a time. So the control sample is raw. Next to that we have antiseptic mouth rinse. That's your generic mouthwash.
Equivalent to Listerine.
Yeah, they say the active ingredients in Listerine are in that mouth rinse. We're going to use that. Right next to that, we're going to compare Listerine Cool Mint. So our walls will be smelling minty fresh. Right next to that, we have 3% hydrogen peroxide. Now, we have heard multiple things. We've had recommendations from you guys saying that we should use this, so we're going to put that right next to the Cool Mint. And next to that, we have distilled white vinegar. Now, this vinegar is going to be non-diluted. It's 100% concentrated out of the spray bottle, and we're going to go from there. Next, we have a mashup. Distilled white vinegar and 3% hydrogen peroxide and a 50-50 blend. Now, side note, very important side note. Hydrogen peroxide is a catalyst. If you expose it to metal, it will increase the surface rust potentiality for the metal. Now, 50-50 blend of distilled white vinegar and hydrogen peroxide will help to neutralize that effect. So, if you're using this in the basement and there's metal, make sure that you dilute it. I'm not responsible for you messing up your pipes. Next to that, we have another mashup. Distilled white vinegar and baking soda. Y'all remember when you were a kid and you did the volcano experiment? We're going to throw that down over here in a different effect. Now, the approach is this, the hypothesis of this experiment. Which of these concoctions kills mold or substances that look like mold in the most efficient manner? We're going to use the results of that to treat the entire basement before we go into the scope. So, stay tuned. And again, make sure you use the poll that we have submitted on our Facebook pages, and I'll put the link in the description of this video, to submit your answers. And make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share, and spread the word. Stay tuned. Alright, I've got my PPE on. And in order for you to hear me, I've got my mask off. Now, when I disturb these substrates, meaning when I go to remove them after the test, best believe I'll have my respirator on. Asthma kid can't play that. So, we have antiseptic mouth rinse by Equate. I have it in a spray bottle here, and we're going to go over to the test subject over here, and we're going to go ahead and give it a spray. Get the area good and saturated. We're going to get some on the wall too.
Yeah, it smells good.
Dude, that smells minty fresh.
I can live with that.
Alright.
Alright, next.
Next up, Cool Mint Listerine. Cool Mint Listerine. There we go. Next up, 3% hydrogen peroxide. Straight out the bottle. Let's do it. Here we go. You know what I'm looking for? I want to see it bubble. Do you see it bubbling?
Well, you will see bubbles. Only way for the hydrogen peroxide to react like that is if the hydrogen peroxide is contacting with a protein source.
Oh.
So fungus is not protein, so I don't think you see that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's not killing.
That's true. So there's peroxide. One more for good luck.
Right.
Next, we've got distilled white vinegar. Now this is a name brand. I imagine, as long as the ingredients are the same, you could use whatever you like. Let's give it a go. This one doesn't smell nearly as cool. Whew!
It stinks.
It's kicking, y'all.
This might kill.
But
Though I like the fresh. What is that? A cool mint better,
that cool.
bro.
Can we go back to the Listerine
But
cut?
I hope that works. I don't want a whole house smelling like vinegar.
Quick, let's go to the next one.
All right.
All right, now we're into the fun stuff. This is a 50-50 blend of 3% peroxide and distilled white vinegar. Let's go to work. Oh wow. You see it already running down the wall? Look at that. For extra. Okay. Is that like bubbling? Oh, look at that.
Is it doing anything? Oh.
Look at it go. Okay. Whew.
That might be
That
weird.
shows some instant results. We like instant results. I mean, she does. She's a right now kind of girl, if you know her. Let's go to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my favorite one so far. It's about to be volcano time!
Woo-hoo.
So I'm going to use baking soda first. We're going to LAPD sprinkle that on the crack. And then I'm going to use the vinegar as a catalyst. Now, if you don't know what a catalyst is, the catalyst is the chemical compound that introduces a chemical change or reaction. Watch us work. Okay, Dave Chappelle would be proud. We're about to sprinkle some crack and get out of here.
Tyrone Beckham, that thing?
Tyrone Bigham's that thing.
Baby powder. Give it to me.
All right, look. Yeah.
On this way.
Okay. We're gonna get real. We got no time to play. Look, Miami Vice. Okay? Now, we're going to introduce the vinegar. Here we go.
Ooh.
Don't tell anybody, but I think we might have found a cool one at least.
Oh God, that's gross.
Look at it go.
Ooh. Dude, how much? Oh God.
Don't breathe that.
Volcano.
Volcano time, keep going.
We need like 50 pounds of baking soda for this room.
At
What
least.
we gonna do?
All right, we'll check back in when that's not a volcano.
Oh. This is right.
The things we do for science. Bill Nye, you're my hero. All right, one more compound. All right, this is outdoor bleach, concentrated. We feel like if you're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? And this is heavy duty Judy, okay? So here we go.
Don't die, Mike.
I'm gonna try my best. I do all my own stunts.
Now, according to our study, they only clean the surface, right?
Right, it only touches the surface stuff. So if you're gonna use this, use it in a place where it's non-porous. Now, obviously concrete is porous. Even though it's hard, there are many openings in the surface. So it's only affecting the stuff on the top, which is a little concerning when you're trying to treat something as old as this. Remember, mid-80s, problem area. Okay, there's the bleach. Snoop Dogg's favorite cleaning agent. Whew, that's the strongest smelling one too, I gotta go. Okay, so we have done a pretty epic science experiment today.
Yeah.
Look, we love you guys enough to put all kinds of smells in the air. If you could be in here right now.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's minty bleach. It's real. So, we're gonna give this a fair shake. 24 hours from now, we'll come back and we'll look at the walls and we'll look at the surface area and see what did what, and we'll let you know. Again, be sure to complete the poll. We'll put the link in the description. Complete the poll before the next video so that you can have your fair share at knowing that you're right. That gives you bragging rights, and we all love that. So, selfmade.com, that's selfmayd.com, to follow this journey, the transformation of our basement. The Self-Made Basement series starts today with this science experiment.
Yeah.
Shout out Bill Nye.
Yeah. Mythbuster.
Hey, Mythbusters out here trying to make it right for you guys. Because look, when you're talking about your family's safety, you gotta know better than Google that what you're doing is the right thing. So here in the Self-Made series, what we are about is empowering you, the people watching this content, inspiring you to hopefully take your power back and do it your damn self. Because that's the American way.
America.
No, you said that wrong.
What?
America.
Alright.
Look, so I'm Mike May, aka Captain Wiggler. That's K Dollar Signs. We're signing off, and remember, you too can be self-made. Peace.
I got that mirror motivation, I'm the change I wanna see. It's gotta start somewhere, so let the change start with me. The mirror motivation, I'm the change I wanna see. It's gotta start somewhere, so let the change start.